where's their danger early. But I think potentially we could have at least 4 guys.
Hey, Roger.
You always cause a crowd.
Appreciate the hustle off the court. We'll pop a mic on and get Roger's reaction to being back in the semifinals here at Cincinnati in a well-earned quarterfinal. Roger, thanks for taking time. It was evident that you have respect for Marty Fish's game because from the very first swing of the racket, you looked like you were dialed in, ready to go from the first point on.
Yeah, it's true. I played a great first game to break, and I think that set the tone really for the rest of the match. I was able to stay aggressive. I thought he started to serve a bit better, obviously, the second set to make it much more competitive. And, you know, I played a good breaker, maybe a bit lucky at times with the net cord and then the backhand. He misses. But overall, you know, I thought I stayed aggressive all the way through.
Did you come in thinking second serve, you're going to rip backhand return? Sometimes you chip, sometimes you run around. It seemed today that you wanted to step in and rip the backhand return.
I mean, you know, I think I could do both here just because the surface is quick enough if you chip it well. But then again, Marty's a good player. He's a smart player. He can serve and volley. He can take it, you know, early and, you know, redirect it into the open court. So I was just going to see how that worked for me to coming over the backhand return, and it worked great.
Do you sense sometimes when you're against the wind that you play more aggressive, and then when you're with the wind, you play with a little more spin?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think Andre was a great player in the wind. You know, he really used it to great effect, and I used to struggle big time in the wind. So I'm happy I was able to make such a great adjustment over the years, you know, to understanding to use the wind to your advantage, really. But today, honestly, it wasn't breezy enough to be considering a windy day.
You know, Marty has been playing well all week, played a good match. Is it possible for you to put yourself in position of your opponent when you're playing as well as you are tonight? Do you sense those guys are kind of get a what am I going to do kind of feeling across the net?
Well, I mean, maybe a point here or there, but then at the same time, he is at 6-all and then in the breaker. So, and then all you need is a good 2 minutes, and then next thing you know, you might even be up a break in the third. So, it still was a close match, even though I always thought I had the upper hand, but I saw what happened to Raonic today. He looked in control and ended up losing to Stan. So this is a surface that you're never quite safe.
I'm a little curious. How did you go from grass for 2 months to hard court as if there's no change? Is there less change now than there was 15 years ago from grass to hard because the grass is bouncing a little higher, or are you just that good?
I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of many things. Who knows? But look, then again, I think I've played tennis on hard courts for 15 years of my life or more, 25, you know, let's say. So for me, it's a very natural surface, I think, for all of us. So the transition is not that bad, actually. And I think as long as the footwork follows, you're actually doing pretty well. And then it's just a matter actually of getting used to different balls. I think the ball change has been a big one from playing with a different type of ball for like 2 months. Coming here, it's completely different. So, but it's then again, it's almost the same for every player. And one of us has to win. So one's then made like he's playing well.
Well, when you play Stan,
yeah,
one of you has to win, and it's almost always you. I mean, it's a close friend. You know everything about him. You know every weakness that he has, and he knows you know that.
I was just going to say he knows that too.
So, I mean, how does that dynamic work? I mean, obviously it's frustrating for him, but you take the court. It must be a supreme clarity of game plan in your mind.
Well, the thing is, for us as Swiss guys, we don't see many Swiss guys usually in the draws. So it's not like, you know, the Spaniards or the Americans where they play their friends, let's say, on a weekly basis. We play each other maybe once or twice a year, if that. So I honestly, well, from what I've heard, and that's actually Stan told me as well, he has a hard time playing against me, and I think every time
he has a hard time playing against you.
Very
you know,
hard
he
time.
dropped a 140-mile-an-hour serve in the last game today.
I'm not surprised. He's got amazing pace, you know, and that's what I am worried about in the next match. But I have one player on the ATP Tour I have an extremely hard time to play against. That's my close friend Marco Ciudinelli from Basel, and I played him in the semis of
who?
Marco Ciudinelli. He was 55 in the world. You should know.
I know who he is.
No.
He's not on the first page of the
Does he have a
rankings.
winning record against you or no?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
But the thing is, I know him since I'm 8 years old, so I think that is my guy I have a hard time. And I think for Stan, I am that guy, and I think that's why maybe it's hard for him. But honestly, he's such a great player. He can come out and play a great match tomorrow.
I got to ask you, you look so relaxed on the court. I caught a glance of you in the second set. They had the kiss cam up on the camera.
Right.
You know, do you have anything like that in Switzerland, or would you partake in that?
In Switzerland, on the change of ends, you know, in Basel, there's not even music. There's Just the scoreboard. So let's just focus on the scoreboard. That's how.
Yeah, but let's say you and Mirka are sitting there at a sporting event and the kiss cam comes on. Are you going to participate or are you going to shy away from that?
I'll kiss the girl next to me on the other side.
Wow, that's going to get you. That's a yellow card.
Yeah,
that's a yellow
joke.
card.
No, look, the thing is really, I mean, I thought Marty kissing as well, and it's just, you try to be focused so long for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, but eventually just everything gets better and better, and at the end it's just so funny that it's almost hard to keep concentration, to be quite honest.
Good win here tonight. You could be in trouble, though, when you get back to the house there after that.
I'm safe.
All right, well, Roger Federer, gracious with his time. We've got a few folks that are waiting for an autograph.